gotta do it with your whole ass. This is the Phat Girl Chronicles with Leo Rochelle and the squad.
Good evening. What up, peoples? Listen, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. No, I'm just kidding. What's good, people? What's good? It's your girl, Leo Rochelle, up in this thing. And we want to welcome y'all to another dope episode of the Phat Girl Chronicles, where we get all up in your business and discuss the topics that matter to us most each and every Tuesday, which we lovingly call Fat Tuesday around these parts. Listen, like I said, I'm your girl Leo. We got the boy Moses, Haitian boy Moses down there. Let me unmute you. Oh, you got to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh, my apologies. How y'all doing, ladies?
Go.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Uncle Moses. You
Chilling.
feeling a
What's
little
going on,
better?
A little bit.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're feeling a little better. I still wish you would have been resting, but you know, you can't tell a man nothing. You can't tell y'all nothing. So we gonna leave that alone. And then right here we got my girl, Auntie Ayla. She not Auntie tonight. We got Ayla.
I'm Ayla
AKA
tonight.
Coach Coco.
Hey,
Listen,
hey.
She Auntie Ayla on Fridays.
On a Friday.
Yes, on Fridays. But tonight she just Ayla. So we gonna go ahead and get ready to get up in this thing. I'm super excited, y'all, because I know most of the time people do, the love stuff typically during February and all of that other kind of stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do love stuff in February. I want to do love stuff in March because love stuff, is all year round. But I wanted to do a series that is dedicated to Black love because for whatever reason, we've been having this whole debacle on Facebook and Instagram and all of the other podcasts. Because over here, we don't do all of that demeaning and tearing down relationships or each other. We don't do them conversations over here. So on all of the other podcasts, they be doing all of that tearing each other down and all that kind of stuff. And so over here, I'm like, well, let's have a conversation about Black love. Let people see that Black love still exists, that it's still real, that it's still people out here that are fully, deeply, madly in love. And they got some longevity to their relationships. And I found like some of the dopest couples that I know to come on here and talk about those things with us. And so I need y'all to go ahead and get prepared. If you have not already, go ahead and get your little drink. You got a few minutes. We just getting into this thing. And also, before we get too far into it, I want to say hello to the peoples over there on Instagram. Because I know y'all missed us Friday. We're back this week. So I definitely want to say my apologies that y'all missed us last week. But we're here. And so, like I said, we are doing a conversation about Black love and all of the things that it consists of. Because one thing I noticed, and I don't know if y'all noticed this, but a lot of times the couples that like have been together for a long time or that work together, that do things together, they have like this flow when they're together, when they talk, when they, all those kind of things. Have y'all noticed that, or is that just me?
No, I've definitely noticed that. It's like they super in tune.
So in tune.
Yeah,
they so in tune with one another. And so the couple that we got on here tonight, like, they are so in tune. They are my favorite. I love watching them on Facebook and all that other kind of stuff. They excite me. They make me excited for my person because I'm like, Babe, where you at? Be looking for him. Because, like, where you at? I'm ready for my person. I'm ready to create and do all the things with my person, too.
Absolutely.
But, I ain't even going to hold it up no longer. Tonight, we have the dynamic duo of April and Byron Elliott. Or Byron and April Elliott, however y'all want to say it, because, people like the man go first, whatever. But they are the dynamic duo behind some really, really dope brands. April is the driving force behind Autonomy Creates. She is the driving force behind Autonomy Creates. Listen, she has some of the best handcrafted fashions between her and a few other people that I know. Like, y'all not gonna get nothing better if it ain't made by these people. So, I don't know what to tell y'all, but if y'all want something custom made, go ahead and check out my girl, April. And then they also have Black Sheep Clothing Co. They got some dope stuff. Listen, I mean, some of the dopest stuff. They got sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, all this good stuff. All of the good stuff. And then they also have Elliott and Co. Supply Company. I'm hoping I said that right. But these two have a passion for creativity and a keen eye for design because Byron is a beast. Okay? I'll let them tell y'all a little bit about what they've done recently, but I'm super, super proud of them. And they have so many things to offer the world, but also not just offering things to us from their creativity, from their design, but they have so much to offer the world about their experience, about love, about marriage, relationships, all of that good stuff. They are not saying they are experts. They are not saying that. I'm not saying that either. But they have been doing this thing for a little while, but I want them to come on and talk about their dedication to each other and to their craft and how that works. You working with your person because they do a lot of things together. And I know some people are like, oh my God, I can't wait to get away from this person. But I have seen so many beautiful, wonderful things from these two. And so without further ado, we got none other than
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Welcome.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
That was so sweet.
I know.
Listen, because I'm going to talk about my people. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all are absolutely my favorites. And so tell us, I'm not even taking no time. Like, we going to hop right in.
Uh-huh.
Tell us first and foremost how you guys met. That's what we want to know.
That story is so cute. Okay, so we were going to
hold on before you. There's two versions. Okay, so she's gonna tell her side, and then I'm gonna tell my side.
And you gonna tell your side? Okay,
that sounds all right.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, so we were going to Arlington High School. At the time when we had met, I didn't know that was his first day. So it was his first day at Arlington, and he was pretty upset because he came from a township school to go into an IPS school. And then I was on the same bus with his cousins. So, and I didn't know that they were related at that time either. So when I get on the bus, I saw him and he's sitting there in the seat, kind of like crouched, and he's holding this portfolio of all of his drawings. And then my dumb self was like, I got somebody to go to the IMA with now. And I just looked at him and I just kept looking. Every time he looked at me, I looked away. And then all the girls on the bus kept asking him to sing because they're like, oh, well, you come from a family of singers. Why don't you sing? And then he was like, no, I'm not a radio. You can't turn me on and off. And then and I couldn't think of anything else to say, but he ended up finding out that I kept looking at him. So now I had to figure out something to say. So my first response was, well, you gonna sing to me? And then,
period. Because you ain't singing for them.
What we
gonna
do?
sing for me?
and then he said, yeah, I'll sing for you.
Oh my God.
And then I was like,
Okay.
Okay.
We started talking about all of his art and stuff, and I'm geeking out, and I'm like looking at all of his drawings and stuff, and I'm like, you can go in a museum, you can do all of this. Oh my gosh, and then he's just like, I mean, it's okay. And then he didn't know that we were getting off on the same bus stop. So then I was like, oh, my bus stop is coming up. So you singing to me now or you singing to me later? And then he was like, I'm going to sing. And then once we got the bus, he sang to me. I didn't let him finish the song because I started blushing. And then I hugged him and I skipped home.
Come on,
with
skip
the
to my Lou.
Skip to my Lou.
Wait. But I need to preface all of this with. Well, first of all, I'm not going to add or take away from anything. That's all pretty much true. Except like my perspective is just like, again, like I'm an introvert. You know what I mean? Like I don't, I'm okay with being by myself and being silent. You know what I'm saying? And keeping to myself. And so I wasn't, and like she said, like that was my first day at that school, and I'm visiting my cousins, getting on their bus or whatever, and I'm just, being crowded around these people who do know our family, which was very nerve-wracking. And every time I'm like looking around to see where we are we close, or whatever the case may be, every time I looked around, I saw these two eyes just stare right at me. And so the first time I saw it, I said, and she tried to play it off like looking around. I said, all right, maybe that's coincidence. And I looked around again. Again, her eyes are just meeting me every single time. You know what I mean? And I think that's what made her get up eventually, because she was like, he keeps catching me staring at him. So let me let me get up and talk to this man. And you know what's funny? Even now to this day, because we've been together 18 years now, married 14, and even now, I'll look around the room and her eyeballs are still locked on me. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I wake
like a creep.
Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. And
No.
Sleeping good?
Lord, that's how she. Don't do me.
And also, she's making me sound like I'm like some type of player. I'm not.
You weren't no
Listen.
player.
I have no riz.
You was a nerd.
She picked me up. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. No riz, 0%. Or as the kids say, L riz. For sure.
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
They don't say game no more. We found out the hard way.
You got red.
Our nephew had to teach us, and then our kids started teaching.
Oh yeah, this is how old we are. So
W Riz is when you're good at charisma.
Yeah.
L Riz is when you're bad at charisma.
Thank you, Gen Z.
Okay.
Look at bro's face. He's
like you winning. You winning or
you losing.
Winning at having
your charisma. And they call it Riz.
Yeah, which is like short for charisma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All of us millennials on this call is like,
Okay. Not gonna use
right.
it, but okay.
The only reason I know what Riz is because I saw a video on Facebook like some weeks ago, and it was a dude, like it was a woman trying to Riz her husband or whatever to see like if he would respond if she was to hit on him kind of thing. But that's the only reason I know what Riz is. Other than that, I would know nothing.
Yeah.
I'm an auntie for real, even though I'm not, I'm an auntie for real when it comes to stuff like that. So
we got a teenager in the house, so
see, that works for you. That works.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so good. So Ramita said, I love this. Y'all so cute.
I love Ramita.
I see what she did there because she's so
right.
And then she says, okay.
So cute. I love first of all, I love the fact that April was like, sir, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What song did you sing?
I think I am a big fan of Music Soul Child. I sang Love, I think.
No, you sang Don't Change.
Good
Don't
song.
change.
Don't change.
Don't
That's what I said.
change.
That's smooth.
That's
Yeah.
like our relationship song too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want
that
soundtrack.
I love
I'm
that
gonna go
song.
listen to that song after this because
Right,
of
me
y'all.
too.
And I'm gonna cry.
And I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna go lay out in the bed and cry.
That's a part of her checklist. Number 1, listen to music, so child. Number 2, cry.
Number 2,
Cry.
Number 3, go to bed.
sitting there going to bed
just
just
lay
as
there in
long
the
as your
pillow.
love don't change.
It was so beautiful.
Just snotting and everything.
Okay.
So beautiful. They is so bomb.
Don't let that love change, Lord.
Listen, I hope they don't ever change because they're so beautiful. Lord. And that's exactly how I would be crying though.
So y'all been
They're
together
so
18 years, right?
15 years.
So that means, wait, so how old are you guys?
I'm 33 and he is 35.
Oh, okay. Younger than me. All right. I thought we was all around, but we're still around the same age. But yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they are such a young dope couple. Yeah.
We did everything. I feel like we did everything kind of like in an accelerated rate. You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't our intention. That's just, I met her in high school. I said, "This is it. I'm okay. This is good. I'm okay with this." You know what I'm saying?
So that's my question. That's my next question. Yes, like how did you know? Like,
no.
How did I know?
How did you know? Because they say the man knows.
You know what's funny is, man, this is about to sound so like cheesy and like rom-com or whatever, but
give it to us.
The rom-com.
But I just felt like this gravitational pull. You know what I mean? Like every time we were around each other, it was almost
not
like
you snacking, Moses.
Okay, because what? I'm like, did he just pull a bag of snacks?
He did.
He definitely pulled out a bag of snacks. I'm like, what is happening?
Look, he said rom-com, so I'm getting ready to.
Right?
Now we gotta watch.
It remind me of that meme of that dude pulling out the snacks.
Now I'm in it.
Oh, the popcorn, and then he said, "Go on."
Continue.
But yeah, so for me, I think it was like, every time I saw her, it was almost like nobody else in the room mattered. You know what I mean? And to the point where, no disrespect to her, to the guy she was dating at the time. So when we first met each other, she had a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And I think I had a girlfriend, and for a few months there, we were just kind of like, kind of almost like playing like double dutch to see like, oh, is this the time now? Oh, you with somebody else because you was waiting on me? Oh, is this the time now? Oh, I'm with somebody else because I was waiting on you. You know what I mean? But like that whole entire time, in my mind, she was mine. So even when she was with this dude, she had been with years before we got together, in my mind, even though I just met her, she's cheating on me with this dude.
Period. That's my girl.
Byron, that's all I heard. She was cheating on you with the dude. That's all I heard.
I know we just met, and I just sang to you, and you skipped. But in my mind, we together. And so
the only thing that matters, though, is what's on your mind, buddy.
Right. And so, but yeah, eventually we got together, man, and it just stuck. Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't claim to be a super smart person. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I feel like every decision that I made, as far as she is concerned, they've been the best ones, because everything after that, life has just been kind of fruitful. You know what I mean? Like things have just kind of like fallen into place in line. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord!
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did.
That was beautiful.
If my camera cut off, just know I'm over here crying. Okay.
That's why it's hard for me. That's why it's hard for me to give people advice because number one, we started going out when I was 18 and she was 16. If I'm doing that math right, or 17 and 15.
Nope, you're right. 18, 16, 2 years or whatever. I don't know what the ages y'all were, but it's 2 years.
Yeah. So we started going out pretty early in life. And we stuck together, and that was just it. Like I don't know what type of advice to give somebody. Like find somebody you really, really feeling in high school. Just right there.
Yeah. That's the start, right?
Go back to high school and start there.
Never part ways. Get married when you're 21. Have your first kid at 22. Like just do that, and everything will be okay. Like, what do I say? What do I say to people when they ask me advice on dating? I don't know.
Dating is weird.
We not even
sounds like both of y'all follow like your intuition. You know what I mean? You know, like you both had some sense of discernment when it came to how y'all, you know, like you said, you gravitated towards each other.
Yeah. I mean, because to be honest with you, and I need to shut up because I feel like I'm talking a lot now. But
it's okay.
No, you're good.
But you know, I mean, I've dated other people. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can be attracted to a person. You know what I mean? Whatever attributes they have, maybe a personality, maybe, you know what I'm saying, whatever body parts you like, whatever. But like with her, I don't know. It was just something. It was just different. You know what I mean? Like it was something like that just went past all of that. You know?
It surpassed the whole, oh, she fine, let me go and get on that. It was like, she fine, but she do something to my spirit.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did.
It usually is.
I saw her eyes first and her booty second. And then I got to know her.
He was like, wait a minute.
So
come on, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Because women be up here talking about you didn't like me for my personality. Girl, I didn't see your personality.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see that.
It wasn't your beauty. It was
right.
I like how you skip. So let's get to know you.
I like how you skip, girl. Then I got to know you.
That girl got good footing.
I saw all that movement back there as you were skipping home.
Mm-hmm. I apologize, it ain't her family on here, but you know.
Hey, they know.
I like.
Right, I'm about to say they know by now.
They know by now.
They know.
You know, we 3 kids in. They grown.
They know.
I mean, we gotta keep it real to a point. When you first meet somebody, you look at them, you be like, damn.
Yeah.
Everything else falls afterwards. Everything else falls afterwards. But you gotta look at the person and be like, not bad.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So I agree with you on that.
I agree with you on that.
Carry on. I'm learning.
I see you seeing me. You got up. Okay, I like that. How are you? What are you into?
What do you
That's
do?
just too much. But that's the thing. Nowadays, the attention span be crazy.
Yeah.
It's the attention span with other people. Like it's crazy. So for somebody to actually gravitate to you and actually keep your attention, it's very important to nurture that within itself. So
Listen,
like I said,
I
love love. Don't get it twisted. I do.
Yeah,
I love love.
absolutely.
It's just the side stuff that sometimes I'll be like, you know what?
Does this work? I mean, it's work. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotta put in work.
Yeah. I mean, I think I heard somebody say, man, love is a decision. Like, you got to wake up every morning with the intention of like, this relationship is worth it. You know what I mean? I genuinely want to be with this person. I care about this person, and I'm going to actively make decisions to make sure that I'm also being good to them. You know what I mean? And communicating well and things of that nature. Like you got to work at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would just say like Moses was talking about the attention span. My attention span is like that little dog off Up. Cause baby, absolutely. You don't keep it. I'm say what now? Wait, what? Huh? Because it's so easy for me to get bored, and I don't know if that's like, I
That's
mean,
not good either.
it's not. I mean, but it is because like it lets me know that you aren't keeping my attention in a like mentally in no shape, form, or fashion. I just feel like
Wait.
Or at
How
least
do you-
making the effort to, because there's a difference between somebody actively keeping your attention every day as opposed to someone who is
every day
intentionally trying to keep your attention and just stuff happens.
That part.
You know, because
I just feel
life
like
happens in between and you got things going on. It's like, but they're still trying to actively
see, that's the part. They don't be actively trying to
That's
keep
why
my
she's the
attention.
coach. That's why she's the coach. Tell her, coach.
I'll be like, I'll be sliding into the bushes like Homer, right? Now. Slowly but surely, like my shirt say, I came, I saw, I had anxiety, I left. I'm good, bro.
Let me
I can't
ask
do
you
it.
this though. Let me ask you a question. So you all are talking about like holding attention, entertaining, so on and so forth, right? And I guess I want to know what your definition of that is, because to me, and I'm not speaking for you, but for me, some of my favorite times, when her and I are together, is when we just in each other's
present space, right there, like in the orbit of this. We breathe in the same air.
Her thing over here, I'm doing my thing over here. Maybe we doing something together. Maybe we watching something. Maybe
I love body doubling.
You know what I mean?
Body doubling.
So
like that makes life for me. That's
like doing life together, right? So like, well, what do you mean when you say
I ain't gotta be on you? You ain't even gotta be in the same room. You could be in the room down the hall, and I could be in the living room. But if I want to come in the room down the hall, I can come in the room down the hall. Yeah. And if you want to come in the living room, you can come in the living room, and we could be in this space together. Mm-hmm. Like that's the thing, and I feel like the parts of me that are such a lover, it's like, what are y'all doing in this generation? like I'll be 40 in August, and so
looking good.
I'll be 40, and so getting to that space, like I grew up, like we talked about before, I grew up when we was on the chat lines and all that other kind of stuff, and you had to come with some imagination. You had to have game, like you had to have real game to pull a girl from a chat line. Like you had to have conversation. You had to be creative, all of those kind of things. And so like now it's like people don't
now it's like, what's your name?
People don't even want to talk on the phone. And I'm like,
yeah. What's your name?
What's your name? What's your phone number? What you got on?
Oh,
that. And then they sending pictures right after
sending unsolicited pictures. Nobody asked you for that, sir.
I be they be sending body part pictures at the gate.
Yeah, I seen it. I got a few friends. They was like, all I said was, he asked me how I was doing. I said I'm doing good, and then it was like boom.
And it was yeah. So
wait, question though, does that ever work on anybody? Does anybody ever go, ooh?
Some chicks like that. So look, unrespectable women will like it. Some respectable women will like it too. It depends what they're looking for.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was just about to say. I ain't gonna cap. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's nice. But then when
I'm a fish on a hook.
I don't say that to them. I say that in my head.
To yourself, right?
But then I respond like, bro, what you doing?
Like what you doing?
The response to them is totally different than what happened in my head. You know what I'm saying?
He said, let me have something to say myself.
Like it be like, let me save that for later. But bro, what you doing? Like, why would you send me this?
Like who
like
asked
the energy be different, the response be different, but it be like, okay.
I see what you're working
with. I don't even believe it at this point.
I'm a woman. I'm an adult. Like I really do be looking sometimes, but I'm like, bro, is this what I be giving off? Like, is this what you thought this was?
It makes you want to check yourself. You be like, damn, am I just?
Yeah, and then sometimes ones that hop in your inbox, some of the ones that hop in there, you be like, I know damn well I ain't this ugly. Like, I know damn well.
That's not.
It was something that I saw earlier today, and it definitely went to like what you just said about like I know I'm not this ugly, because they were saying how it's a lot of men who have the unmitigated galls to just be like, hey, what's up? They just be all in the DMs. Like they come with what they say, they come with Jason Momoa energy. But be over here looking like Ursula, the cartoon version from the Little
I like mine
Mermaid.
with a touch of ugly. I like mine with a touch of ugly. Okay?
Nothing wrong with a touch of ugly.
I've admitted that. I like my man with a civil rights leader face. Okay, like I've said that before. Like they look like they could be part of the civil rights movement. Like he look rough. Like he'll fight an ox barehanded. Like I like them kind of looking men, but I don't like ugly men. Like I like the ones that come with a little struggle. Like you ain't fine, but you fine to me.
What's too far ugly? Give me an example.
So like I'm gonna tell you what I like. I like niggas that look like Jonathan Majors type. Like I like them.
That's a sprinkle. I mean, well, I think what helps him is that he works out, right? So
yeah, but like he got that right touch of ugly for me. Like it's like, oh, you not fine. But I look like somebody did a video and it was like Jonathan Majors looked like he was outside working in the field and had on overalls and the torn button-up shirt. And I was like, absolutely. And I don't know why I like them kind of men. I'm like, maybe that was from my former life why I like them. But that's neither here nor there. But I do want to touch on something April said. Like, I want to touch on something that she said. She said that when she was looking at your drawings or when she noticed that you had a portfolio, she thought, oh my God, I can go to the IMA with this person. Then when she started seeing all of your stuff, she started speaking all of these beautiful things into your life and speaking all of this wonderful stuff. Like, did you notice that then? When it was happening, or did you like as y'all started building life together, you started to see like how all of the different things were coming together?
I would say from the moment we were friends for like a year. Just talking. I mean, in my mind again, I'm talking to my girl. Well, she don't know it yet, you know. She doesn't. That's my girl. She'll know it yet, but I'm gonna keep it cool.
But we both had intention.
Both had intention. And but I would say like from the moment we called ourselves boyfriend and girlfriend, she had just been like effortlessly and thoughtlessly, and since before then, just supportive. Just, I mean, you know, and no hit against my parents. My parents did the best they could. You know, they had a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? They were divorced, so they couldn't really support in the way that they wanted to. You know what I mean? And so I had, you know, I've been a part of a lot of like art competitions and things of that nature, and then, you know, and just going in purely off my own drive or just wanting to, you know, just be the best or just wanting to just participate, you know, because I don't know, like as an artist, that's just what you do. Like you got to make stuff, you know what I mean?
You're gonna do it anyway, yeah.
But it would be nice if somebody showed up. Like it would kind of suck to look around and see, you know, everybody else got their people with them. And I just came with the teacher. He about to drop me off everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yes, know that feeling. I know it all too well. Yeah.
I feel like the person who like would like from jump like would consistently just be in my corner. Just was her. Like she would just show up. She would just ask. She was 16, 17. You know what I'm saying? Both of us go to IPS schools. We ain't got no money, but she would just out of nowhere, like she would just show up. Ask me if I needed anything, tell me how great she thought whatever, you know what I'm saying, I was doing was, you know, if there's somebody who maybe I was a little intimidated by, she'd be like, they suck anyway, you good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that's
you better speak up, you better big up your man, girl.
You know what I'm saying? And she, you know, as people get older, you know, they change a little bit, things of that nature. Like, you know, maybe every 5-10 years, you know, a person changes, right? But I feel like that part of her has never changed, and to the point where, admittedly, before I met her, honestly, I was a pretty selfish person. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you grow up in a a big household, you kind of gotta, of course, you gotta like share and all that stuff. But I had gotten to the point where I was just like, I just want to, just me. You know what I mean? Like I'm worried about me. I'm gonna make myself a priority. And she, and honestly, her family, a bunch of also super caring, supportive people, like they inspire me to want to be more supportive and want to be more caring and want to be more involved in people's lives and helping out and things of that nature. And so to this day, I do my best to try to reciprocate the 18 years worth of support that she's given me in any way I can. Like if April asked for anything right now and it was in my power, I would get it. And she knows that, which is why she doesn't ask for anything, because I'll be like, now, what do you say you wanted? That? Where you want to go? That? I mean, well, let's save up. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Did I answer your question? I'm gonna ask that a lot tonight. I'm a rambler.
You did, and that's okay. But like, I love the rambling because like it's more coming out with the rambling. So it's like it's good. It's good. That's so. I'm gonna just say, from what I have seen since I have known you all, I don't even know exactly how long I've known you all, but what I have seen over this period of time is amazing growth. Like I don't even know when I met y'all. I've been in indie for like 10 years. So whatever amount of time I've known y'all in that 10 years, right, somewhere in there. I know it's been a bit longer than 5, because 5 would be like 2019, so that would be like right around the pandemic. So I know I've known you all longer than that.
Doesn't that feel like it just happened last year?
Yeah, it feels like it was recent, but that was like 4
years ago. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Life ain't fucking around with none of us. But over the time that I've known you all, I have seen you all grow. I have seen you all like really blossom into the people that you are becoming. And so even just watching y'all, like April, watching you recently, and I'm going to probably put you on the spot real quick, but watching you recently, I be over here cheering, like, oh my God, yes, you better get it. Like, I be over here legit cheering because I have seen so much beauty come from you lately. Like, you have really stepped out of your box when it comes to your creations, your everything. And then you've been up here killing it. Okay. But I'm gonna let you tell that. I'm not gonna tell them what you've been out here doing. I'm gonna let you tell them. But from me, it has just been like, oh my God, that is so inspiring. It's inspiring for me because I mean, you know, kind of where I've been. And so just it's been inspiring to not stop, not give up, not slow down. Like slow down, but don't slow down. Keep creating, keep doing, keep letting the ideas and things flow. And so seeing all of the things that you've been a part of, and Byron, you too, because I was like, oh, okay, tag team. Like I've been seeing you guys, like so much of what you've been putting out. Like I said, the Black Sheep, and then it's Elliott.
Elliott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I said it right. I want to make sure.
You had it.
Even with that blossoming and the changes and all of the things that you guys have been doing, I just want y'all to know, like, I'm super proud of y'all. Like, it's almost like big sister energy. Like, oh my God, I'm so proud of them.
Thank you.
Like, but y'all are also very, very inspiring to people who want to do more. Who want to do more, who want to step outside of the box. And the other thing that I'll say is that you guys are very freaking approachable.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But you know, some people love people and some people are like, nah, it's just, you know, it's just you. Like so I would definitely say y'all are super approachable, and then like even having conversations and things like that. I'm not gonna keep going because I can keep going. But as you guys have been stepping out into these different spaces, like together and separately, how do you all come back and celebrate each other or like push each other in the midst of the things that you have going on to be mindful of like circling back and making time for each other.
Mhm.
Cause y'all
So-
be doing big things.
Yeah, so we had made a rule early on when we first started having kids. So a lot of people try to laugh at us about this, but we still stick to it. So our kids, since birth, their bedtime's 8:00. Not a minute after. They're older now.
I don't
so
care.
They're older now, so sometimes we let them stay up later, only on the weekends though. But 8:00, hard cutoff, right? And even if they stay up later, I'm not your mama after 8, so don't talk to me.
Mhm.
And kitchen stuff. So
She said after 8:00, I don't know what to do.
I'm not your mom.
not my
I
business.
don't want to hear mama. I don't want to hear daddy.
No.
This is Byron and April.
Yes.
Wow.
So
And the answer is no for whatever you ask for after this.
right. We just decided early on that we're going to be intimate every night. That doesn't always mean sexual. It just means spending that time together before bed. So like we didn't put the kids away, and while we're winding down between 8 and 10:00, we're just talking and listening to music, vibing out, playing cards, whatever we think of at that time. And a lot of times during that time is when we're running through all of the events of the day that we probably didn't already talk about. And I feel like that's been very helpful because we're in constant communication with each other every day. So when it comes to bringing in those, talking about the business things, we have a different way of talking to each other when we're doing business versus husband and wife versus co-parenting. And I feel like that's been very beneficial because at the end of the day, we're best friends. So we know how to talk each other anyway. But having that different way of approaching things, and to where you're not leading with your feelings and stuff, to where it's like, okay, I need to say this because this has to be done like now, or this, that, and the third. I feel like it's just creating those different boundaries has helped us be able to communicate better, so that when we come together as business partners, then we can communicate as business partners. And then also we're able to communicate as husband and wife. And then there's also a hard cutoff. When we're not talking about business, we're not talking about business. And it's like, nope, we just want to watch funny stuff or watch violent cartoons and chill out.
Violent cartoons.
Violent cartoons.
I hope I answered that, but
You did.
You definitely did. That's actually, I love that concept of having the intimacy time once you cut off being parents. I love that.
yeah,
That's really dope.
Here's the reason why. I mean, and another thing that April kind of said at the beginning of before we started having kids, like that we would just be honest with the kids. You know what I mean? Because I think a big problem with a lot of like parent-kid relationships is there's not a whole lot of transparency, and you can accidentally make yourself to almost be like this kid's God, like infallible, like you can't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And they don't see you as human. You know what I mean? And if you do make a mistake, then it's like they just watch God bleed. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and everything, all their faith is gone, all their, you know what I mean? And so out the gate, we almost over communicate with the kids. Like,
not almost, we definitely
over communicate with the kids. But like, for instance, based on the subject of going to bed early, or going to bed at 8 o'clock. I remember when my oldest son, who will be 13 next month, I think it was last year before last, he asked, I was like, why do we keep going to bed at 8? Like, we're getting older. This person's parents let them stay up at a certain time, this, that, and the other. And I said, listen, this bedtime isn't really for you. It's for me. See, what you don't understand is, though I love you, you're a job. You're work. Okay? Work. Like, when you're around, I can't 100% be myself. Right? I have to be a version of myself specifically to serve you. While your eyes are open and you're in my presence, I have to be vigilant, and I'm working. You know what I mean? Even if I'm playing a game or eating dinner or whatever, I'm still watching y'all, because at any moment y'all could accidentally try to kill yourself. I'm saving y'all lives 3 times a week at least, and when y'all was babies, it was at least 10 times a day.
Yeah.
Y'all work
Literally.
and so, but when you go to bed, I get to be Byron again. You know what I mean? And we get to figure out or who we are, who we were when you're not around. You know what I mean? Because we don't want our identity to be wrapped up in our children. You know, and so saying that to an 11-year-old, first he was like,
He said that like,
at first he was like,
When he said your job, he was like,
yeah. I said, I don't really mean, but your job. He goes, because the thing about kids too is like, they think that they are these amazing gifts, and we should be grateful that they exist, and everything that we do for them, and it is our pleasure. Like that's what they think. And don't get me wrong, like kids are a gift, kids are a blessing. I do love my children, but I do have to let them know, like, you tight, but you ain't. I mean, come on. Like,
I mean,
Cool and everything.
you all right or whatever.
you can buy my food, you live here rent free. I'm driving you all over to our place because you got your own schedule. So like,
but once
your
we,
job.
But once we,
You know what I'm
once he had that conversation, his conversation was more long-winded than mine. When they asked me, I said, I'm reclaiming my time.
so
Go to bed.
So she gives no context. So I got to come back around and be like, here's what she
So you got to come back and do the explaining. So
let me break down
what your mama was trying to say.
Yeah.
Here's what you're trying to say.
Right. But anyway, once they had that conversation, then now it's just like, oh, we gotta go to bed so mom and dad can have their alone time.
And I'll be like,
Now they messing with y'all about it.
right.
Yeah.
like, okay, Ian.
You trying to roast, but since you know, skedaddle. So
I'm a
You
bitch
know
out
what,
loud.
I love that though, because that it's intentional.
Yeah.
And it's a rule. It's something that you all are never going to deviate from in your relationship. I absolutely love that, because I don't think a lot of people now set those precedences for their relationships.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're going to do, and this is something we're never going to deviate from, because this is how we're going to remain in tune with each other.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love that.
And then sometimes
I'm over here taking mental notes.
And sometimes we like it's still just an everyday thing. Sometimes it's not exactly at 8, depending on like what we got going on. But before we go to bed, we spend our time together, and we make sure that we like talk or whatever it is that we might need to do before going to bed.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that helps out in the long run, because like you said, like once you're empty nesters and those kids are gone, you still are going to be, you know, having to create those intimate moments with with each other. And I think a lot of people lose that, because it does become the marriage or the relationship does become about the kids for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I of each other.
And you're right. I mean, there's some people who are together now only because they got kids together. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, I'm a big advocate for marriage, but I don't believe that should be.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
But it's
like,
the most unhealthiest environment for a child to be in, because the children can feel all of that. Like kids are not slow. Okay.
And like they be knowing. They just can't, I feel like they don't have the mental capacity to explain what it is that they know or what they feel.
Or the experience,
but they
like
be
life
knowing.
experience to do. Yeah.
Like they don't.
They definitely know a lot.
Yeah.
And you won't even realize how much they know until once they start getting into relationships and be like, well, this is what y'all did.
Yeah. Yep.
True.
That's so
which is why I definitely would not trust my children when they get to high school. That's all I'm gonna say.
Feel you.
He said, hey.
What y'all doing? Let me see your phone. Where you at? Where you
Yeah, we
Hands
talking
up.
put the location on. I'm paying for that bill. Okay.
Hands up.
I don't blame you because it's too much. It's too much stuff now for these kids.
Listen,
Like we
That's
had
way
stuff.
too much.
We had stuff, but now they have too much access.
Too much access, yes.
because what I'm gonna say is there are some people who I knew who got away with a lot all the way back in the late 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
How much more can you get away with now?
Now, right.
So
Not really a lot.
And
Parents got too much trackers. Y'all able to air tag a kid. Man, come on.
I mean, but even still, bro, like even still, because I'm pretty sure our parents thought the same thing, right? But you still found a way.
Listen, but guess what? But the technology is different. That throws a bigger wrench in anything. Because our cell phones, come on, I had a flip phone. You couldn't track that.
Yeah,
Track it if you won't.
but let's be honest.
I had a beeper. Like I had a beeper
on the weekend.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's only free on the weekends and after 9.
I think now it's so like I'm not saying parenting should be a little bit more easier, but it's like if the parent could really try to one up a kid, if you stay on the kid, like if you're a good parent and you already own the kid and then you just add the technology, you're good. For the most part, yeah.
Well,
air tag. Listen.
That's if they know
we're not gonna find all the air tags. They're gonna find an air tag, but one of them is gonna slide.
Yeah.
You know, one of them is gonna slide.
And then it's also knowing your child too, because I think like one of the things that I've noticed from my friends, I don't have any children, but the one thing that I've noticed from my friends is that they can pick up when their kid is lying. They like,
Fam, suck at it.
I know.
Like, I know you.
And
especially because our kids are very
this generation tells on itself. Everything goes on Instagram.
Dude.
Everything.
Oh, that's true. They tell them
themselves. You be like this. Oh, word, you was where?
Right. So, and the benefit for, I mean, I don't advise everybody to have kids early. It depends on who you are. But I feel like the benefit for us having our kids so early is the ages they are now. I literally remember like it was yesterday what I was doing when I was that age. You know what I mean? And how I was doing it and what I was thinking. Like to the point where my sons for a minute thought that I was psychic because I would tell them what they're thinking as I'm talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I know what you're thinking.
Okay, Professor Rex.
Right. But it's only because that's what I would do. I know what you're I know what you're when you get to that room. I know what you're about to do.
Like you gotta relax, son.
You in that bathroom a little long. Okay? They discovered, you know.
Oh my God. You was in that bathroom a little long.
That's hilarious. Damn, my stomach was hurting.
I'd be like this. I'd be like, whoa.
I had a little extra snack today.
We're gonna do your allowance because that water bill goes too high.
I was just in there boo-booing for 20 minutes, dog. Come on.
Absolutely.
You do this every day?
Every day?
Every day?
I'm gonna be like this. The water bill too high. You got one more time. One more time.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Go spin the block on that bathroom.
Listen.
Cause bro, listen.
I'll be like this. Let's have a conversation. Come on. Let's talk about it. Who do you like right now? What's her name?
Right.
Because my water bill going too up. And I can't have it. Every time you have a thought, you want to go take a shower. Right. Like it's not working for me.
I saw the way you looked at a girl in that movie we just watched. Get back here.
Not in the movie. He done took off.
He in the movie. My thing was my nephew. His thing was he started to get into cologne, and he would like try to spray it, and I'm like, boy. I'm talking about it would open all your senses, but then on top of that, he's an athlete, so he stank, and then he throwing the cologne. Wow. I'm like, who's the girl?
Oh no, baby. Cause
Who's the girl? Ain't no girl. Oh, it's definitely a girl.
baby. Let me
See,
tell
I
you something. Come here.
like-
Come here. Come
They
here.
put the oils on though.
Oh, we using oils too? Okay,
They,
that's
they,
what
put,
Wow.
they put the oils on. They so we wear oils, and then their pawpaw is really
Yeah,
big
my
on
dad.
oils.
So it's just like passed down
Yeah, so
from
then
generation
so
to generation.
on Christmas we all like he gets a bag of oils, and we all just like go and try to grab them. It's like our
the
thing.
mall oils. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're
Oh,
talking
them
about.
the good ones.
Them the good. Yeah, them things they sit in your body. They sit in your essence.
They
Yeah.
do.
They'll get it, and it's like a part of
So
their
I need to-
routine.
what-
They'll take their shower and be like, I put my lotion on and my oil. Like,
That's
Who
so
you
funny.
trying to impress?
Okay.
Everybody.
What's their name?
And boys are so different though. Like boys are so different than girls when it comes to like that age and that
Yeah.
part of things. Like, oh,
What you mean?
I have two nephews. Like, I got nephews. So my nephews, they do the same thing. They want to be fresh. They want to be clean. They want to look a certain way. They want to put on certain things. But I'm like, I don't know no little girls that's that age right now. My guy baby is 5. You know what I'm saying? And she's a lot for 5. You know,
And
like
it
we
get
have
worse as they
conversations,
get
and I'll be
older.
like, okay, you know,
And-
she called me because she got her spelling words right, and she, you know, so she different than boys, and so I've been auntie to boys, and so like little girls, I be looking at little girls all the time, side eye. What?
That's her. No one's. I wouldn't say nobody's good enough. You like enough. You like enough. You've been good. Yeah.
What?
You've been good. Yeah.
Okay, so early on,
I don't think no woman thinks no woman is good enough. No girl is good enough for their child, for their sons.
so
No.
here's the
I would
thing.
say my nephew, his girlfriend now.
I'm so they're all mama's boys.
She
Well,
legit.
they were all mama's boys,
They still are.
and
They still are.
they were like,
Yeah.
all these little girls just kept coming all in their face. And I was like, get out of my son's face, or I like trip them sometimes.
And I was like, get her, son.
and like,
What's her
and
name?
Stand on
then,
business. Stand on business.
and then over time, what happened was, honestly, my oldest son broke up with me. So I used to say, well, you don't need a girlfriend because I'll be your girlfriend.
How old was
I'll
he?
be your Valentine.
How old
He was 5.
was
Girl. Not that.
I was in the car. Tell the whole
Tell
the whole story.
He said, look, Mom.
in kindergarten.
He said, no, he wasn't even in kindergarten. He was in pre-K. He said, look, Mom. He said, well, I think that I'm ready for a girlfriend. I was like, you're not ready for a girlfriend. You're not old enough. I was like, you can't afford yourself. So you can't afford a girlfriend. And then I said, but I'm your girlfriend. I'll be your girlfriend. We can just we can have a mommy son date or something. And then he was like, but I want a girlfriend like my size.
Like, like a small, small person,
like a
me.
small person that's like my size, that like we can like sit next to each other and we're like the same. And I was like, what?
Dude,
He either already had one or he had one in mind. It was,
He had one in mind.
I was sitting there
like,
fighting for my life, dog.
I started sweating. I was like, what is happening?
She was so red because she was seriously hurt. And
I
I'm
was
over in
like,
that
what's
seat
going
like,
on?
it's over.
And from that moment, between
It's over.
Benjamin and Byron, they were grooming me to be okay,
You gotta be okay
with them
with it.
being interested in
Yeah.
other people. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But then my oldest son, he got a girlfriend, and I love her. So I actually was his wingman.
oh,
Come
to
on,
get the
Mom.
girl.
come on, Mama.
But then I still like my mom's zone still kicks in because I'm like, wait a minute, y'all hugging too long though. Like, what are your intentions? And I'm like, don't be alone with her. Okay. Like, you need to be in front of other people. Make sure you're speaking to her mom and her siblings.
Be respectful.
You know,
eye contact.
I was like, don't be grabbing and hugging on her in front of other people.
Kissing and rubbing on her body. No.
She kissed him on the cheek, and then he
When?
She does it a lot.
A lot.
He kisses him on the cheek, but he's never kissed her.
Every now and then
he wants to, but he just did.
Every now and then I like doing innocent checks. Just to I just ask questions like, you saw Journey today? Yes, sir. How many kisses did y'all have? None. We didn't.
Oh, he still got that. Oh, that's so cute.
I love that.
I'll just be like, I'll just check it.
Yeah.
Like,
but our kids are like romantics, though. They're like, they be planning stuff. Like, they're like planning these big grand, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then on their birthday I'm gonna do this, and oh, this time I'm gonna ask this person out. And I'm like,
so basically they be watching you, Byron. That's
I was just about to say that's
exactly what that sound like.
I'm grateful, but one thing you know what they say, your imagination has an unlimited budget. So I'll be like, that sounds nice, but we had to save up for that trip. We had to save.
I got so much money in my head. I really do.
Every time I open it up,
you be rich. And when you try to put it into, you be like, damn, I'm broke.
I know how broke I am every time I look at my Amazon cart. It's like $2 million in there.
I love kids' perspective though. Like one time I gave my youngest $20 and he goes, I'm so rich right now. I said,
oh man,
yes,
I remember them days.
You are so rich. You balling, son.
I keep on telling you, I need to take it back because I remember my first time having $100 bill as a birthday present. You couldn't tell me. I was like,
I remember that.
Listen, them $100 bills as a birthday present, like even when you were like back in our day when like you was still like 19 or whatever, $100 was a lot.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know about you.
Thank you.
Well, let me see. No, I'm talking
and
about.
Like, I graduated in 2002, so $100 back then was still a lot. If you was really I still lived at home.
I was living in Brooklyn. No.
Oh, that's different now. Okay, that's different.
That's on our end.
We're in Indianapolis. We're in Indiana.
$100 go a long way.
$100 a long way.
Let me tell you something.
And I'm from Gary.
You in high school. You in high school. You got $100. Listen, you better be lucky if you can make it past the Cheesecake Factory.
I mean,
no, Junior's Cheesecake. You better be happy you could go in there and just gallivant.
See, y'all got a different level of expectation for $100 than people who grew up in the Midwest.
Listen,
our level of expectation for $100.
Listen,
because y'all cost of living is more out there. Like y'all cost of everything.
We visited New York for a week 2 years ago, and we had a great time. But I felt like just to be outside, I was spending like $300 a day. It felt easy, like just to exist.
Easy.
Yeah.
And it got worse. It got worse. Like I don't live there no more, and it got worse. I went back there a couple of weeks. I was like, "This, what?" Okay, yo, you break it. Let me say you something. You're breaking more than $20 at a corner store.
Yes,
I don't need nothing else. That's it.
Because what am I getting? Y'all got no dollar juices. Like what's happening?
That's what I'm saying. Like so, back in 2002, in Gary, $100 went a long way.
Back in 2000,
$100 went a long way. I was able to go. Listen, that $100, I was able to get a full tank of gas. Okay, a full tank of gas because gas was like $1.25, like $1.25 something back then.
I missed that.
We get a full tank of gas. We could go out to eat. We could go to the club at least three nights out the week. Ladies got in free.
Yeah, because ladies get in free.
Ladies either got in free or the cover was like $5.
Yep.
Then most of the time you get in the club, dudes gonna buy drinks, so you don't never really gotta buy drinks. But if you wanted to buy drinks, you could, because they always had specials.
I'm about to say they had
So $100 would go a long way for a 20-year-old in 2002 to me.
$20 will be.
And I was still at home, and I was in college. Like I was in college, and I was still at home, so I had a whole lot of.
$100 would go. Listen, I step out the door, I'm breaking it, and it's done.
Dude, yeah. You can feel the money leaving your wallet.
Yeah, I like.
Listen,
you know how they say once you break a bill, the bill is completely depleted.
It's gone. Yeah. I mean, I definitely see that now. Like literally today, I was like, "What did I buy?"
I never understood why they used to say don't break 20. Like, my boy has a system. The way when he used to go to check cashier, how he broke his money. So his savings he had in big bills. And then anything that he had to do throughout the week, he had in like 20s and 10s and 5s. I'm like, what kind of fake drug dealer stuff you on, bro?
Because if you had a 20, you'll break that faster and it'll go faster.
It'll go faster. So that's one thing he broke. So when I saw that, I was like, damn, I kept on breaking 20s. And I was like, oh. He said, you don't know what you spend. At least if I walk around with a bunch of 5s, I know what I spent.
I know what I spent. Yep, that's true.
That's smart.
Going back to
I ain't that money savvy yet. I'm not that
when
grown.
you was just mentioning about the dollars and everything else like that. I remember being a kid and getting like $20 in singles and felt like that was the best thing in the world. And then I get a $20 bill and I'm like, no, I want this $20 in singles. Why? Because it was more of it.
Because it was more.
I didn't understand the value of it. I just knew this is more dollars. You gonna give me just this dollar? This is more dollars.
I need all of them ones.
Give me all them ones.
Right.
You see,
at 4, y'all trying to make me add up stuff.
The innocence in you that was pure.
That was
that was great. I ain't giving no kid no 20. Now, guess what? The other day, my little nieces and nephews hit me up. Can you cash at me? I'm looking up.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. All the kids got a cash app.
Baby, listen. My nephew got a cash app and he got a bank card. My nephew and every time a holiday come around, like Valentine's Day, he called me. TT, can you take me to go get my mom something for Valentine's Day? Absolutely, baby. I'll be there tomorrow when you get off with school. We go. He picks out everything he wants. Like I was just there. He done picked out all his stuff. He done rang it up, and he done pulled out his own wallet, his own bank card, swiped, paid for everything, bagged it up. I said,
yeah.
I used to have to ask my mama for money to be able to go do stuff like this. Like, I didn't get a bank card till I was 18. Like, what is happening in the world today? That was a privilege when you that was a rite of passage. Like,
yeah, when you was able to get a bank account.
First thing first, I felt some type of way that the kid at the Starbucks had a better cup than me.
Oh yeah, because they got the specialty cups and stuff like that.
Yeah, I felt some type of way. First thing first, my Starbucks cup was nice. I was like, all right, cool. I just bought a $40 cup. His cup was like the $50 special. Some crap. It was nice. I'm looking at it. And then I thought Dazzy just with his phone. I'm like, oh, you.
Yep, just pay with your phone. Now, I love that.
I like that too.
In a minute.
But I'm just saying, it's just the times have changed. Like even for kids, like the way you're doing, like you send the kids off at 8:00, which is good. That's a good way to keep your you time to you. But you say you scared. Nah, you got ways you could be about it. You can get around about it. Especially you already know how they mindset is. You got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
Apparently, if they think they daddy Professor X or a psychic already, they already. So my next question, I got another question, of course. So like, we see all the good things, we hear all the beautifulness of y'all relationship. So how do you tackle like disagreements or conflicts in your relationship?
I think, the best way to answer this, honestly, one thing about us, we're upfront, and we just kind of say it with our chest we're those type of people. So a lot of times, if we'll just say it. Whatever it is, we'll just say it. The one rule that we do have that I feel like we still stick true to is we don't argue in front of the kids. They really just can't take that, which is fine. But honestly, when we get into it, it's usually over something stupid, and it's usually very short-lived. And it'll be like we'll just say it, and then like he'll say something. I'm like, well, and then, and then a lot of times, like if it's really heated, like if we're really like pissed about whatever the thing is, we'll separate, and like I'll go to one corner, he'll go to another corner, and then we'll let time pass and calm down, and then we'll come back and be like, okay, we got to discuss this. We got to discuss this. This came up. This has to be discussed. Blah, blah, blah. But usually the person who's leading that we got to discuss stuff is him. Because when I get upset, I'll just get really quiet because I don't want to. I care about him the most, and I don't want to hurt him with my words from saying something out of anger that I don't really mean, but like I said it with my chest, but I ain't really mean that,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I ain't mean it with my chest.
Right. So
It was a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah. So with that, instead of me coming in and into an attack or whatever, I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna just be quiet, and I need to figure out what's going on, because it could be me, but also pretty sure it's not.
There it is, and there it is, and there it is.
He'll be like,
I was waiting for the real deal part of you being a Leo.
Yeah, I'll be like, but it is you though.
And he'd be like, but it is you.
Yeah.
But
here's why.
Also, I could have did this different. Like, yeah, but also blah blah blah.
I think for me,
but a lot of times we don't really these days we don't spend a lot of time like at each other's neck. We kind of do it therapy style, where we'll like sit across from each other, and then we'll just sit there and be like, well, this is how I felt when you did this, and I don't appreciate this.
Come on, therapy. Come on, fools.
Like, oh, well, that's not my intentions. Oh, well, I didn't know that, because based off of how that tone was, this is how it
came off. Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, nope, that's not at all my intentions. I do understand why it was confusing. And then like that's kind of how we
so damn mature.
That's how we argue now.
It wasn't always that way, but I think one epiphany that we came to in the middle of our marriage, maybe, is that I like to use the analogy like that we're on our own island, right? It's just us two. We're the same team, right? We're on this one island. Now, some people can come and visit our island, but eventually they leave. But after they leave, it's us, right? And so we're a team, we're island. We got to try to fend for each other together. We got to try to survive together. We're teammates. And so, I will not intentionally try to hurt you. I will not intentionally, compete with you. I will not do anything that I feel like would jeopardize our relationship, because I genuinely want to be with you. So let us both just level set with that, right? So if there's anything that I might have said or done that feels like it's not in alignment with that thing that I said, let's talk about that. And I can help to address, what my intentions were at that moment and why I said what I said and how I said it. And if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I apologize a lot nowadays. Sometimes I just keep an I'm sorry in my pocket just in case, But yeah, I mean, and I feel like that's helped, because I feel like a lot of people that when they get into arguments, they get into fights, is because sometimes they see their significant other in that moment as the enemy. You know what I mean? Like they see that person as the bad guy. And so a lot of times what you'll see is when they feel like they were intentionally being harmed, that person will then work double time to hurt the other person. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if they would both go into these situations, you know, which can be difficult when you're in the heat of the moment, but like at least when all the dust is settled, you have way less wreckage when you go into it that way. You know what I'm saying?
We took a while to get there because
yeah,
I was very defensive and reactive.
And I was very sarcastic and condescending. And so
it was like it was like we was like peanut butter and jelly all the time, but then when we fought, it was like oil and water.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, you got one more time to say that. And he's like, well, and I'm gonna say it again. What are you talking about?
Like, because clearly you didn't hear me the first time.
Right. The funny thing about it is, as you were explaining how y'all do this, like I literally can see both of you guys doing that. And then that's why I said, oh, there it is. Because like April, you're a Leo. So when you said certain things, I'm like, oh, okay, that is kind of a I do that too. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them like, there it go. Like you said, you have to get quiet sometimes in order to not say something, because that's me too. Either you're gonna let me be quiet, or if I keep talking, I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt your feelings, and I really don't want to hurt you in that way.
But here's the thing too. I feel like when you've been in a relationship with somebody for so long and you know them pretty well, like I know when she's angry, in the moment she might say some things that she probably doesn't mean, or probably doesn't mean it in that particular way. I know that. You know what I'm saying? But it's me dealing with her. And so most of the time I just want her to just get it all out. Like what is exactly is wrong with you? And so we can just like piece it together. What exactly is the issue that you feel like you're having with me? I'll take all the insults. Okay, that's fine. Let's put that to the side when we're done.
I don't insult you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, but you see what I mean? Like, let's take whatever venom you feel like you have, whatever heat you feel like you have. We'll take that, and once you got it all out, put that to the side. Now, what is the actual issue? And a lot of times, I feel like I already know, but I feel like it's just way more cathartic for her to just and way more just to get it out, just say it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, and you know, with my wife too, sometimes when you are holding on to these things that make you angry, it's almost like this balloon is being filled up with air. You know, and then the next thing you know, it'll be something very small or unrelated that'll just make the whole thing pop or explode or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you could have just let that air out in the beginning, it wouldn't have gotten that big. You know what I mean? And so, because there's been plenty of times, because I've done it too, there's been plenty of times where, you know, seemingly we're getting into this big old explosion of an argument over a sock on the floor or something, when it was never about that sock. It was about something that, you know what I'm saying, probably happened a week or a month ago. You know what I mean? And I just didn't say anything, or she didn't say anything, because we didn't want to hurt each other's feelings. But that result over the sock is way worse. You know what I mean? Yes. You know, and if we just would have got it out earlier. So yeah. And so nowadays, when I know that she's upset, we're not even moving on with the day until we talked about this thing, because we're not about to let that fester. You know what I mean?
I love that. Okay. Okay.
Like, no, like this is like rebuilding my levels of hope. because like so many different opportunities, or like in so many different ways, like a lot of the things you guys have said, like I have experienced at some point, but it's also like, okay, that is something that you can have continuously with your person. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had it, but it's like,
and that's what I meant when I said love is work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because some people, they'll come across things like that. I mean, based off of some stories I hear, they have their first argument and it's over. Or that you have the first explosion and it's over. You know what I mean? Or their partner will do one little thing that they, you know what I'm saying, that they don't like and it's over. But if you genuinely care for that person, like really do, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not saying let that stuff slide, but if you can at least address it in a loving manner, you know what I mean? Like that relationship will go so much farther. And then y'all have the tools
to navigate.
You know what I mean? When you come across a situation again. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like I think it was a comedian that said every long relationship, they got like a top 5 arguments.
Yeah.
You never really resolve. You just press pause on it. You know what I'm saying? And so every now and then there'll be a subject matter. And don't ask us, we're not trying to fight right now. But he
said, what we trying to do.
I wouldn't know what they're, but I feel like I would know if they came up because
when they come up,
because as soon as they come up, I'll be like, don't. Don't press play on that.
Right.
Don't do it.
So I'm pretty sure we do. I know for a fact that we do have some that like we just press pause on, like, okay,
dude. It's to the point now, like.
But we don't know. I don't know what it is,
But I'll know it when it comes up.
You'll know.
Right, you'll know exactly what it is, but you'll know when it comes up.
And he knows because I would look over at him so slow. I'd be like,
dude. And then
I forget.
And no, or she might do something or say something along those lines. I'd be like, don't do it. Don't do it.
You know what's gonna happen with this. Cool out.
But I absolutely.
Let me take you out to eat. Let me get you something to eat or drink or something. Let's go.
That is what you say. You want to go on a date?
Yeah. So when she starts.
He said, let me go ahead and spritz this fire before it starts.
Want to go grab something to eat? You not hungry?
Before it start building up. Hey, that's always a diffuser. You want something to eat?
Yeah. He'd be like, let me give you this hug. You're gonna come hug me. Come on. Then he'll be like, okay, you know, I was wrong. What was I thinking? Then he'd be like,
that idiot.
But look, how about this? You know what?
Lick my palm. Love me forever. Lick my palm.
Right.
Love me forever.
He'd be like, come on, let's go get something.
Let's go get something to eat.
Let's
just drive around.
Listen, that's how you gotta know how to diffuse your partner.
Right.
Like, that's legit what it is.
Yep.
You apologize. You said you was wrong. Okay, now let's go get something to eat. Oh, and you hugged her. Okay. That's all I need.
Listen, he did
I just needed a hug, really.
I
really just needed a hug. Didn't want
to yeah, just bring it in.
Bring it in.
I didn't need a regular hug. I needed an argument hug.
Hold
on. This is different.
He probably did the extra. He probably did the extra cheat code, the up down, left right, A, B, and A. He probably did the hug, the cook, you know, the hook in a butt squeak.
Yep, that's I was just.
That was not bad, but the one that I feel like is better is when I make her squeeze me, right? Like I make her like you get out all of your, you know what I mean? Like
she in it now.
Hug me back and make it tight. Hug me back and make it tight.
Oh, come on!
See, I told you he hit it with the super NES, up down, left right, A and B, A B. You know what I mean? You're good.
That's how you gotta do sometimes. Like you gotta know how to diffuse your person. I'm so glad. Listen, see, like I said, y'all giving me hope that, like, you know, my person is out there. I'm gonna say I haven't had bad relationships. I'm gonna just say that I haven't had bad relationships. I have not. Yeah.
Was there more coming? Was there more to that?
I haven't had bad relationships.
I'm sorry. It's
yeah. So,
I was trying to figure out how to explain it. Like they wasn't bad.
Yo,
You don't gotta go
But,
into
you
detail.
know,
yeah, for me.
they was a little
Oh,
rough.
yeah. She went-
It wasn't bad. They
I
was
didn't
just
have
a
no
little
bad
turbulent.
relationship, but yeah.
I
They
was a
was
little
just a
turbulent.
little.
And I'm just honestly like in my younger years, I had better relationships. Once I hit 30, I was just like, what is this? I don't know what this is.
Bro.
Because again, I grew up in a time where like I was courted. I was, you know, like sought after. Dudes came to my house. Like that's when they used to have to write down they name, their address, their phone number.
It's funny you say that though, because me and April, we talk all the time. Like, God forbid something happened between us, I'm done. Like, it's over. I'm not doing this again. Like, I won't know. Like, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool. I think I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because this is already like, first of all, it would be difficult for whoever that person was to come after her. That's just the truth. You know what I mean?
Talk your talk. Talk your talk.
The mother of my children, we've already done all this life together. You know what I'm saying? She knows me in ways I don't even know myself. And then if something like that were to, you know, if we were severed and then another person was to come along, it's raps, honey. Yeah, it's just about me and my kids. Like, I'm living for my kids,
bro. Let's get a Yorkie.
I'm looking for my
April damn near did one of these. Right? She put that little shimmy in them shoulders. Okay.
Byron, you get a Yorkie.
Cause he talking about you. You better shimmy. You better shimmy because he talking about you.
Just get a Yorkie.
That part.
I'm out.
That's nothing else is gonna bring you that type of. Just get a Yorkie.
I'm good.
I mean, y'all grew up together. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Y'all grew up together. Y'all did life together. That's different.
I will be 36.
Life no more.
I'll be 36 this year, and it'll literally be. I would have been with her half my life.
Half your life. That's what I was just about to say. Y'all have been together almost more than half your life. Like so. Yeah.
Well, more than
like y'all. I was about to say more than half of her life. Y'all been together.
Yeah.
And that's that's beautiful.
You stuck.
Yeah,
you stuck, April. You stuck now. It's a wrap.
And then there's all this other stuff too. Not to get into too much detail, but it's like we got a rhythm. We know what we like. You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta talk this up and figure out another person. Like, that's weird. I'm out.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
No.
It is.
Dating. Oh my God.
I'm out. Like, right. I need a resume. Who are these bodies? What have they had? You know.
Oh, no. So Byron, could you imagine you going on something? Nothing's gonna happen. Could you imagine you starting over and somebody walks up to you and be like, "What's your body count?" You'd be like, "What?"
One.
No, they're gonna look at you like
and
this.
They would swear you were lying. They would swear to God that you were lying.
They're like,
they won't believe me. Yeah. One.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. What? How do you?
They would swear to God you were lying. I mean, if you don't want to be with me, then it would be a whole thing. It would be a whole thing, Byron. I promise you, it would be a whole thing. Because the one thing is like, unicorns are on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like there are male unicorns, there are female unicorns. But no, women do not believe male unicorns exist.
They do not.
So if you would have told a girl that you've had your body count is one. They'd be like, boy, just don't worry about it. Like, this is gone.
Well, don't get me wrong. We got a lot of longevity out of that one, but it's one. So we
and that's the thing. Like I was saying, like I've had long relationships, but this is like y'all really grew up together. Y'all really have taken the time to figure out how to figure each other out. Like, and that's a different set of skills when you're with somebody else, because you are intentionally pouring yourself into that person, but also allowing them to pour into you, because you got to allow that kind of thing to happen. That's not just something that happens. That's something that you have to allow to happen. And to see how like both of y'all just over there blushing. And I'm like, this is the cutest shit because I've seen y'all together, but just to see y'all like talking about y'all relationship is a different thing. It's a different viewpoint because, like I said, I've seen y'all together, I've seen y'all work together, I've seen y'all do stuff, but even just having the conversation and seeing y'all remember certain things or talk about the certain things, both y'all over there blushing. I'm like, oh y'all, this is good. I like these. I like these kind of conversations.
Okay.
Because not only does it give people hope, but it also helps people to understand the different dynamics that it takes to build something long lasting.
Yeah.
People want
microwave.
Or not even just that. People want a wedding. They don't want the marriage. They don't want friendship. They don't want the building. They don't want the process. They don't even want to go through the rough shit together. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me tell you about our wedding. I don't think we
that was gonna be one of my questions. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we were in college and broke. And the same epiphany hit me. You can call it God, you could call it, intuition, whatever. But the same feeling I had when I met her, like, or was going to ask her out, was the same feeling that hit me like one day where we was just sitting on the couch. I was looking at her. I was about to get ready to go to a class. And I was just thinking to myself, like, there's literally no other person I want to be with. Like, I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm okay. I'll never do better than this. Like, this is who I want. You know what I mean? Like, I was like fantasizing about having a life. Did I tell you this part?
You didn't tell me this part. This is nice.
But it's nice. It's so nice.
This is so nice.
She looking like I can't wait till
I can see April's back teeth right now. Like, I can see the teeth in the back of her mouth right now. Like,
listen,
she's over there like.
But
her cheeks are so high right now.
Yeah. Well, that's why she got the glasses on. But why are you fixing them? Yeah, I was like very rationally thinking to myself, like, building a life with her. We were already kind of like helping to support one another through college. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, no, this is my person. Like, yeah. And then while sitting, this is the worst proposal ever. While having this thought process, like she's in my head, I just look over her and I go, we got to get married, right? Like we get married. And she was like, nigga, are you proposing to me right now? Before you go to class right now? And I was like, oh, my bad. And I hit a knee. Will you marry me? Is that cool?
Is that cool?
Is that cool? Like,
what did I say?
You said, okay, quick do over because I'm not playing. Don't walk away because I walked away.
She did, yeah.
I was like, dude, you're getting on my nerve. So then I go and I went and walked away. He was like, no, can you please just sit? And I was like, what is going on with you? And then he said, okay, just sit down. And then he get down on one knee and he said, okay, I'm gonna say this really quick because I also got to remind you, I need to go to class. He said, but I love you so much. And there's nobody else I would ever want to do life with. And I'm so glad that we are together. And I want to be with you forever. Will you marry me? And then I was like, yes.
And then I was like,
and then he said, cool. I'll see you later. I'm about to go to class.
Terrible, but heartfelt. Because listen, here's what happens next.
I don't cry a lot.
She sobs in the.
Well, I started crying.
And also remind you, we're broke.
Right.
And so I don't have time to be trying to. It didn't make sense to me to prolong wanting to be with her for the rest of my life for a year or so. So we got married 3 months later on January 1st, 2010. And I picked that date because I made sure that I would always remember it. So, and plus it's easy math.
Strategic,
You know,
strategic. I get you.
what year is it? Okay, that's how. Okay, all right.
Right.
So,
That's smart as hell.
Like
Because
that
you ain't got no
24,
excuse.
14 years. Boom.
Yeah.
You ain't got no excuse ever.
You know what I'm saying? And the wedding, including our rings, everything cost $500. We have a really great friend who was a bridesmaid or maid of honor. She was a fashion design major. He designed and created our clothes, you know what I'm saying, like the vests and stuff, the dress that she wore, the decorations, the church time, all that stuff was donated because we got a big family. We got put up in a hotel, you know what I'm saying? I took the week off and that was it. Now, every now and then, I would say the first 3 or 4 years, I was kind of kicking myself because I was like, I really wish that I had given her this fairy tale wedding and it was big and beautiful and she got to wear the big white dress and things of that nature. And every time we get to the point where we've saved the money to maybe do a renewal, she'll just go, or we can take a trip. And I'll be like, that sounds good to me too. And then every now and then when I think about like upgrading her ring out, she goes, that sounds good. Or we could take a trip.
All right, we still have our original ring.
We still have our original ring. Like that's $50 a piece. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
That's what's up.
But here's the thing: like people who came to that wedding, like to this day, they'll tell you that was like one of the most loving, heartfelt weddings they ever been to. And
like we could just feel the love in the air.
And I didn't know what they meant until we started either being a part of or attending other weddings after that. And like you would see the big elaborate stuff with the big poofy dresses and the flowers and the, you know what I'm saying, the really nice area or whatever. And then a lot of those people, a few months later, a couple of years later, they divorced. You know what I'm saying?
And then they was just arguing before they walked down the aisle.
Right. And so honestly,
I still love going to weddings, but I don't know if I would. I don't think that I would ever want to plan another one. I feel like if I did a renewal or something, it'd be a destination and it'd just be like us and the kids.
But I think for me, I don't know, maybe it was my own mindset of just like, forget this big expensive party, forget trying to put on airs for everybody else. Like, I'm here for her. I just want to get to the part where we get to just be together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
we kept trying to see each other.
Like that's what like wedding. That's all I was worried about, you know. And so
they had security, like they had our like different family members being security to keep us away from each other because we kept trying to peek at each other and we kept trying to see each other before the wedding. It's like you can't do that. And I was like, why can't I?
That's my husband. I've been looking at forever. Like I don't want to look at right now.
Right. I said I need to talk to him. Yeah. He's like, y'all about to get married. I was like, well, I need to talk to him though. Yeah. Like, what do you need to tell him? I was like, that's between me and him.
But I do think it's interesting that you have this lackluster proposal, these $50 rings, this, you know what I'm saying, super cheap wedding that we just kind of slapped together. Reception was at Buca de Beppo's and you had to buy your own food. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
we had to pay rent.
But after all of that, like, I don't know, like, look where we are. Look what we get to do. Look at who, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Look what y'all build off of that $500.
Right. It's like we literally started off with nothing, and like we've been able to, you know, I'm grateful. We're doing okay. You know what I'm saying? And we pay bills by making art. Like that's a dope living, and we get to do it together. Like she works out of the house, I work out of the house. We see each other. We're in each other's area every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a pretty good life. I'm grateful.
So. I love that.
Listen, I'm so grateful that like I get to experience y'all's love like for one another because, and I'm so grateful like y'all were the first couple that came on. Y'all kind of
anybody else? No, I'm kidding.
Right, I was about to say y'all got with some good energy.
Man, that's
Good
crazy.
stories.
That's crazy though. That's crazy. You
But-
never lie. Good luck, everybody else. You ain't lying.
Right.
'Cause I'm gonna be like this.
It's really that whole.
No, I'm gonna mess somebody up. I'm like, oh, the other couple said that last week. I'm like, Brian and April said that. Next.
I was about to say, well, Byron and April had said.
But and then not only they said, they articulated. They talk in each other's spaces and they be googlyizing each other. So,
Not googly eyesing.
They googly eyes.
listen, I'm gonna mess it up too bad. I'm like, they said they at 8:15 they have quickie sessions. So what you doing?
Quickie sessions.
When y'all get y'all's in, when y'all get y'all's in.
What's up?
Hilarious.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna mess up the next couple. Charlie, they don't hold a candle to them. If I fall asleep, I'm like, yeah, our relationship is boring because Byron and them had that's popping. I don't know what to tell you.
And I just realized this, but like a theme of all the couples is that they do things together. Like the next couple, they are both DJs, you know, and then we got the Kings and the Asad. So we got Bashiri and Yuzuri Asad, and then we got
love that guy.
We got Will and his wife Terrell.
Nice.
And then the last couple is the Jameses. So they like everybody does something together. And I just realized that.
Bunch. I love this.
You got some good people.
Oh man, damn, Byron. I was trying to help you.
When I really like reached out to the couples, like it was because they had something that I could see for myself. Yeah. They had something that stood out from a lot of other people, but then also it's just like the vibe of the people. And they said that sounds generic as fuck, but it really is like, no, these people have a community around them and they pour into their community too. These are not just people that's like, oh, y'all married, but y'all ain't out here doing nothing. Y'all just married. Like, don't nobody see y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So these are people that are like in the public eye all the time, but these aren't people that you see in the public eye for BS or none of that kind of stuff. So I was real intentional about the couples that came on here. And then, I mean, like later down the line, we might do something where the couples ain't all of this type of stuff. Hell, we might have a husband and wife on here that's divorced, and we might want to dive into that conversation because you got to get the other side of the game.
We ain't gonna do that.
And they in all top 5 arguments is gonna get brought up in that meeting. They press and play on.
Listen,
we ain't gonna do that.
They're not divorced each other, but just a male and a female that's been divorced before.
Oh, okay.
That might be hard. That might be hard to
get. I might be sick on that show.
Yeah, that might be hard to do that.
Matter of fact, can I PTO that show?
I would watch
the others. Compare the others.
And the very first question is,
shut up, Moses. I'm out some PTO.
The very first question is, why did y'all get divorced again? And then just let them go.
Listen, because I want to because like the one thing I say all the time is like, I want the real deal. Like, I want the real deal stuff. Don't come on here with that fake, like we was talking before. Like, I sent everybody questions and they was like, oh, well, yeah, we kind of didn't look at them because we didn't want to give no generic answers. Like, we wanted to give like real deal answers. And so I'm like, I'm good with that. I love the answers, but it's just like, hey, that's cool. But the people that are coming on this month, like really have from the outside looking in, have some really amazing relationships. And for those that I know personally, like I know Byron and April personally in a for real way. And I've got to work with both of them separately. They are really dope people. But then to see them together, it's like, I can see why y'all are really dope people. But then having the conversation and listening to y'all, like y'all really sharpen each other and make each other better. And that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship, in a marriage, and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, like Ramita said, like y'all giving me hope. Hell, because the dating pool got pee in it, and so
No, it's
I
not
think
pee.
yeah.
It's diarrhea.
if I could give some advice, I guess again, take it from a
Yes,
person
come on.
who's been with the same person,
Half your life.
almost half my life. I feel like a lot of people are looking for people who have almost everything in common, and I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like, yeah, I think it's important to have similarities and to have, some stuff you can enjoy together. But I think the reason why I become a better person, and if I can be so bold as to say you also become a better person, is because we complement each other in our differences, and we cover each other's weaknesses. Perfect example. Perfect example. I like to describe her as the gas and me as the brakes, right? Like if you leave April to her own devices, she will work until her heart explodes or her body just decides to quit on her, right? Me, why you looking at me like that? You know it's true.
She like, so you just gonna tell my business like
Yo, go. And as soon as them cheeks hit the couch, she's done. She's comatose for the rest of the day. It's over, right? Me, on the other hand, I don't like going anywhere. I don't like doing much. I don't, and any opportunity for a break or a vacation, I'm taking it. So,
And I'm an extra.
if I did not have her, nothing would get done. And if she didn't have me, she would literally not even know the definition of rest or the importance of rest. You know what I'm saying? And so we balance each other out. You know what I mean? I would say another thing that we kind of cover each other on is like I can come up with the big picture, like the plan, but April is really good at the details. You know what I'm saying? Like she's really good at like actually helping the plan
Connect
to connect. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm grateful that she allows me to be the leader that I am, at least in our household and in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? And trusts me to, guide things every now and then, but also to that point, I have enough. I'm not so full of myself to where I believe I know everything. You know what I'm saying? And there's been plenty of times I was like, you know what? I don't know. Do you got any ideas? Do you have any way that you would like to see this thing go? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I don't know. It's all a balancing act. I think it's all just being vulnerable with each other and allowing each other to be vulnerable. And so you can discover those weaknesses, and cover your mate. Because one thing that I definitely hate is when we're out with somebody or some people or whatever, and one mate will take that opportunity to like put their person on blast or embarrass them or to like talk about their weaknesses in front of everybody. Now that person don't trust you no more. They're gonna have trust issues for the rest of that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, yeah, like if that's your person, like you should like want to protect them and cover them and help to present them in the best light. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But that's me. Take it how you take it or leave it.
I'm taking it. That sounds amazing.
right. I'm like, well, shit.
I mean, I'm just because you're right. You know what I mean? I mean, one of the things that I think a lot of us, some of us have seen and some of us have not, right? Some of us have seen very healthy relationships, some of us have not. And the ones of us that have not, we don't know how that stuff, how it goes, and how certain conversations and situations or how you should rectify things, or like you said, that balance. Y'all balance each other out perfectly, apparently. Like it's amazing to see that when a lot of us haven't seen that. We haven't seen a balance. We've seen toxic. We've seen some people seen different men or different women rotating in and out there. All these uncles and aunties they didn't have. You know what I mean? But they haven't never seen like transparency and love and growth and just
communication.
Communication overall. Like one of the biggest failures in marriages is the communication. Like, because if you can communicate, everything else can flow. You could communicate finances, if you could communicate what you like, what you don't like, and then to also understand that over time you're going to change. We change. And to communicate, I'm feeling different about this than I did before. I used to like this, but I don't like this no more. Prime example, I was just at the doctor's office and she was like, you may have an allergy to something. And I'm like, well, all I eat is this, that, and the third. She's like, yeah, well, you could develop an allergy for something that you've been eating all your life. Like, what? I can't eat chocolate no more.
Doesn't that suck? Jeez.
What? So that's what I'm like. It changes. People change and things change. Our likes change. Our interests change. And to be with somebody who's going to still accept the change and love you and embrace the change. Everything that you guys talked about is actively, like you said in the beginning, actively showing up, actively loving, and making the decision and the choice to continue to love each other every day, every moment. Because I know my moods change. I'm gonna like you right now, but in about 5 minutes, you're gonna say something, get on my nerves. I'm not gonna like you for an hour.
No, but you're right. Because we're to the point now where, and I feel like I definitely do this a lot. If I feel off that day, you know what I'm saying? If I feel like I'm in a mood, if I feel, you know what I mean? Maybe I had a bad dream, maybe I had a bad memory, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I saw a picture of a loved one that passed, and I'm and you know how that goes with grief, like it just punch you in the stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, I'll let her know, like, hey, it's not starting off great for me, and I apologize if I come off a certain way. I want to let you know up front, it's not you. I'm just gonna go chill by myself for a little bit, and I'll come back out. You know what I mean? I even talk to my kids that way, and I feel like we're giving our kids those tools as well. It's like, Daddy had a long day. You know what I'm saying? These white folks is talking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I spent the whole day not even really working, but trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be doing because I'm at a tech company and communication is not that great. But we're going to leave that alone. I'm dealing with something. Just give me a little bit of time. And they'll be like, that's a lot of information, but okay.
Can I get you anything?
Yeah, can I get you
when you're ready.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's important too, to like first recognize that you are dealing with something, right? Because I feel like a lot of times we make it our partner's responsibility to first of all guess. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you being really crappy and it's up to them to guess. And when they guess wrong, you're even more mad. Like, what is that? That's a game. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, I'm not feeling good today. Can I get a little space? Or I'm not feeling great today. I apologize if I come off a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like just doing that one sentence will just fix the day. You know what I'm saying? So if I do say something a little off, or I'm accidentally, disrespectful or brash or whatever, instead of her, flying off at the handle because I did disrespect her, she can just be like, I know you didn't mean that. I remember what you said earlier. I don't like that. We're going to talk about it later.
But I'm giving you grace. But I am giving you grace in this moment.
But we coming back around to that.
But you go ahead and you have your time. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I mean?
My response usually is, it sounds like you need some time alone. we will talk later.
Listen,
and I'll leave like,
go ahead and
calm down.
Her version, she'll do that too sometimes, but a lot of times too, her version will be, I'm mad. Okay, tight. I'm gonna give you your space. Where are you going?
I didn't say I was mad at you. I said I was mad.
I didn't say I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't say none of that. I told you to go nowhere.
So now
because that's literally how we are most of the time.
Yeah. I'll be like, do you want to be by yourself?
Do you want company? Want me to hang out with you?
What do you want? So.
What do you need from me in this moment of yours?
I love that. I love that. That is so dope. And I love the gas break kind of analogy because people do need somebody to balance them out instead of like somebody like I would say I'm gas like April, but I don't need nobody to be lightning fluid. Like I don't need that.
Right?
I don't need that. Bro, we'll all be out here stressed. Okay.
Right.
You want to ask
We don't need two
my
gas. We
client?
need a clutch. We need to break something.
Somebody got the
Bruh. We're gonna be calling the police in a little while if you keep
and vice versa. You don't
It's
need
gonna
two brakes because that car ain't moving. You know what I'm
ain't
saying?
moving at all.
nowhere.
Okay. We need some balance. But I love that because I already know I'm gassed. Like I already know that. Like so Future Bay, just know you gotta be the brakes. Just know you gotta be the brakes, okay? I'ma allow that. I'ma allow that. Cause I say that all the time. Like I need somebody to tell me to sit the hell down sometimes.
Yeah.
The aunties will do it. The aunties will tell me, girl, go sit down somewhere. And I'll be like, nah, but okay.
Yeah.
You know, like every once in a while, I do be they'll check me though, because they'll know when I didn't broke the gas pedal at that point. But I absolutely love that. I love that you all can balance each other. I love that you all can communicate very well. And I think that's a really key factor that a lot of people are struggling to find or struggling to be able to do, even in the beginning. And one thing that you said too, Byron, is that a lot of times we expect our person to know, to guess, those kind of things. Like communication got to go both ways, but also there has to be a comprehension of the person that is communicating. You got to understand what they're saying. You got to understand where they're coming from, all those kind of things. And I feel like you guys got your own language, so you are able to truly like, okay, all right, cool. Like you just said, you want me to stay or like what you want this to be? And that's what comes with like building and growing and understanding and learning the language of the person that you love. So thank you so much. Like I didn't even know this conversation was gonna be this long, but I'm grateful. Like this is super dope.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Ooh. It was. I'm
excited. I'm excited for this series, girl. This was good. This was a good idea.
I was so excited, but I'm gonna show y'all a few things before we go. I stole a few pictures, just to show y'all how like super dope and beautiful they are together. Because first of all, I told y'all April is bomb when she makes stuff, all the stuff that she creates. And so this right here.
Okay now.
My cousin's wet.
Okay now.
That one there.
I was like it was Wakanda. Baby, y'all look good.
That thing banging.
Listen, I was like, well, shit. Okay. And then this is also one of my favorites.
Wow.
Oh, look at y'all. That's so I love that.
I love a good coordinated couple.
I love a coordinated
couple. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Like
we definitely that corny couple that's gonna like dress up together.
Listen,
look, my mom and her husband do that. Okay. Yeah. All like she dresses them.
Dear Future Bay. Be prepared to be corny, okay?
Be prepared to coordinate.
But you know why I really dove into doing that. Like I personally wanted to start doing that. My wife is an extrovert. She loves people, and when we're out in public,
I always pick up people.
She always picks up people. And she's just always moving. She's like a shark.
It ends up being a group of us.
She's like a shark. Do you know this about sharks? Do you know that most sharks, they have to keep moving or else they'll die? Like something. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. So that's her. Like when we out in public, especially at events like that, she's gone. And so I have to be ready to be like, hey, have you seen the person that I
Yeah,
wear.
the dress version of this
I'm
shirt.
looking for her.
Have you seen?
Oh, she over there talking to 5 people. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Here I go. So,
Have you seen the woman? She
I
got
can see the person
this
wearing
on.
this.
It's just
This exact same thing.
That's funny. I love that.
that is
And then I'll find
hilarious.
her.
But
I'll find her,
also,
and she'll be surrounded by like 5 or 6 people. And she'll be like, "What? I just met this person, and they just so nice. Come hear their story." And I'll be like,
No, I'll tell them like, this is so and so. This is what they do. This is what they're into.
and
This is my husband I was telling you about.
and then
Y'all
me-
should be friends.
And then I'll lean into her and be like, "I'm not gonna remember any of their names after this conversation."
Man, look.
Can we go?
And they're like, oh yeah, nice to meet you, John. Candace.
name
Okay.
be something totally different.
Mhm.
Name be something totally different. And you'd be like, yeah, that's not what I remember. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's all right. Whatever. It is what it is.
And what makes it worse is later
All
on,
right,
she's like,
guys.
you remember so and so, the people. No, I don't.
No, not even a little bit. I got one more, and Ramita said this one was her favorite. And
Oh my God.
Those are our baby
y'all little
kids.
kings.
Y'all better.
I absolutely
No,
love that picture as
that's
well.
I love
Listen.
that.
I made
It's
all
just
those.
You
You
made
did-
all of that?
yes,
Girl.
she did.
Like all the shoes I'm matching to. I am sick of y'all. I love
They
that.
are super dope. So make sure y'all check them out. We want to thank y'all for coming in and starting this month off with all of this dopeness, all of this love. Listen, I've been cheesing and blushing the whole show, and this ain't had shit to do with me. So I mean, I just can't wait for whatever else is to happen this month with all of these loving ass couples and all of this dopeness that's getting ready to come on here. But we want to thank y'all for coming on the Phat Girl Chronicles.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you
for joining us. Absolutely. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for being open and vulnerable and honest about, where you all are as a couple and how you got to 18 years of being together and 14 years of marriage.
Yes.
And before we leave, I want to encourage you real quick, if that's okay. Listen,
okay.
You are a beautiful individual inside and out. You are creative. You are driven. You are fantastic. And there is definitely some breaks out there waiting for you. For sure. I believe that 100%. Because they'd be a fool. They'd be a fool if they didn't. If they didn't stop for you, did you?
That part.
How I
there you go.
With the breaks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe that's for you.
You know how you talk.
You choked up a little bit.
Listen, Ayla, they don't know that I don't like crying on camera.
She doesn't. She will.
I'm gonna tell y'all.
Off in 2 minutes.
I will do this real quick. Okay.
That's
and
how
I will cry with the
crying.
camera off. I will cry with the camera off, and I will talk, and I'll still be talking, but I'll be over here crying, and my camera will be off. They know I will cut the camera off real quick if it gets to the point where I'm about to cry. But thank you for that, Byron. Yeah, I'm gonna cry for real later. But this was just like this whole series stemmed from not seeing enough of us talk about Black love in such a way that it does ignite hope, that it ignites the desire for love, because there are so many people who act like I'm good. I can be by my. Not me.
Not me.
Not me. But I want the conversations. I want people to understand that there are people who are madly, truly, deeply in love, that the love is real, that relationships do still exist. The relationships that we saw back in the day, the healthy relationships exist. Relationships that you see on social media are just a percentage and not even a big percentage of what Black love truly looks like. It is literally probably about 1% of what Black love looks like. But we got a ton of experts, bad podcasters, people who have never seen a true healthy relationship and have never participated in one, speaking on things that they have never experienced and cannot even begin to talk about. But because it sounds good, they are spewing a lot of untruths and toxicity into a beautiful space of which Black love resides. So I want to keep that flowing. I want to keep that going. I want people to continue to see that Black love exists. Absolutely. And it is out here for all of us to be a part of. So, dear future Bray, get ready to be my brakes. And if y'all are the brakes and you got to find your gas, do that too. Okay, find what works for you. If you got to
embrace
it.
Embrace it, because that's the thing.
Embrace yourself,
because it's so different. You'll run away from it. No, embrace it.
Yeah. Listen, all of the great things, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for following, sharing. Make sure you subscribe to the Phat Girl Chronicles podcast. YouTube. We will be back on Facebook at some point this month. Because they got us blocked. But we'll be back on Facebook at some point. But probably not. We'll probably stick to doing YouTube and Instagram. But make sure you all also go check out the link for the Fat Fan Fiesta. We will be in Punta Cana September 18th through the 22nd. This trip is for everybody. It is for everybody. So join us in Punta Cana September 18th through the 22nd. We will be at the Royalton Chic in Punta Cana. It is a beautiful space. And of course, y'all know this is brought to you by PGC Media and Unforgettables. So make sure y'all check us out. The link is available on our Facebook page. You can still go to the Facebook page and see all the things, but we just can't go live on Facebook. So make sure y'all check this out. Also, next week, the aunties will be back with another episode of PGC After Dark. And thank you to our partner, Sarkarigan's Media Group, for allowing us to run this beauty on their page as well. And make sure y'all check out everything that the Elliotts got to offer. And they got a lot to offer. So make sure y'all check them out. Byron and April Elliott.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all. I'm your girl, Leo Rochelle. We got Coach Coco and the boy Moses. We are up out of this thing. We thank y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, y'all know what I always say. Don't do it with your half ass. Do it with your whole ass, y'all. We up out this thing. We appreciate y'all. Have an amazing evening. And if you can't be good at it. Hey?
Bye.
We out, y'all. Peace.
You gotta do it with your whole ass.